we've seen movies, no matter what the movie is, sometimes we see something in the background that stands out a lot more than what is happening in the scene itself. In 1984, Amadeus was released. And Amadeus is an exaggerated biography of Wolfgang Mozart, who a good amount of you may know is a composer, a well-known composer from Austria. Salieri, I believe that's his name, was also a composer, an Italian composer. And he felt that he had competition with Mozart because he was better than him. But Mozart was just an unconventional individual. Which I guess that's what this movie does portray, his unconventionality. And what made him a great composer. Where Salieri is convinced that he had brought Mozart to his demise. And in the beginning of the film, he is sent away to a mental asylum because the guilt was too great. He tried to do something about it, and it got him sent to the asylum. A preacher comes in so that Salieri could confess his sins. So the preacher is brought to the asylum. When the preacher comes into the asylum, at the door there is a ton of patients who just happen to be there. Now, mind you, this story takes place during the 1600s, maybe the 1700s. I don't know. It was a long time ago back. So back then, the healthcare system isn't as good as it is now. Well, all of these patients are by the door. And they are screaming at the preacher, and the guards are holding them back so the preacher can be brought in and taken to where he needs to be taken. This movie is PG. And mind you, this was done in 1984, so their the ratings were different back then. Like in Goonies was made in 1985, and it was PG, also PG, and they end up saying the S word a couple times. Well, in this movie, again, it's PG. And the first time I watched this movie, I knew about the movie, but the first time I watched it was in music class when I was in middle school. So a bunch of 12 to 13-year-olds, including myself, saw this. One of the patients is in their birthday suit, all out in the open, and is jumping up and down as the preacher's coming in. And of course, we all see this and we're laughing. I don't know if the teacher noticed this or didn't think we were going to notice it, whatever. We were cackling our heads off. Because it was there in plain view. So I don't know if it's on YouTube and you guys are able to see it. If so, look closely to the door and the patients, and you will know what I'm saying. Because still to this day, how did that make it through? Again, it was the 80s, so back then certain stuff was okay. Now, if that was put in a PG-13 movie today, people would be going crazy. They would be protests and everything. If you thought the 80s horror films were bad because of a killer Easter Bunny or a killer Santa, and mothers were pissed off and calling for the theaters to pull those movies out, it's crazy. Oh my god. Yeah. Uh y- yeah, the 80s were trying to do better than the 70s, but yeah, even the 80s had their moments. Yeah, so Amadeus 1984 PG. In today's day, if that was seen today, that movie would already be rated R. Go ahead and see for yourself because yeah, yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. I really don't.